Welcome to another edition of Central Valley Business on CentralValleyTalk.com. I'm Mike Scott. Glad, as always, that you're joining us on, it's turning out to be a hot day today, isn't it?
Tell me about it.
Carole Forbes joining me once again. She's one of our local authors. She's written a book called Climbing Jacob's Ladder, but volume 3 of that has just come out.
Yes.
And you call it New Generations.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first one was The New World, where my characters came from London to the United States in the Pilgrim's time. And then I follow to the second book into starting to fulfill their meeting with real historical women. It happens then. And then they start with the new generations, what happens to their children, and how women react to everything that's happening in a new world.
So are we up to the 20th century now, or?
Oh, no.
No.
I'm going to end at the Revolutionary War.
Ah, okay.
And I'm working on book 4. I'm almost done with that. Should be out
Well, you're
this year.
pumping those out.
I'm telling you.
Hey, once the creativity starts to flow, right, it just doesn't stop.
That's for sure. It's like taking down dictation, really.
Yeah. Do you work at a typewriter or a computer, or how do you do it?
Yeah, a computer.
Some
I know
people still
it's
do
an old one,
typewriters.
but the hands are old too, so it works out good.
Old hands on an old computer.
Yeah.
Now, where does it go from there? Do you send it off to the publisher, or do you self-publish? Or
I'm self-published. I have 2 reasons why I'm self-publishing.
because you get to keep all the money yourself.
No, I know. That's not one reason. I'm too old to go through the whole baloney of trying to get a publisher, and the other is that my royalties on all of these books go straight into charity.
Really?
For helping young actors and artists.
Well, how nice is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you decide to take that route?
I just sort of I finally figured out that my mission was to help young people. And I had taught and I've directed and things like that, but I was saved several times by the Actors Fund when I was just starting out, and it meant so much to me that somebody was there to help me. So that's where I want the money to go primarily, is the Actors Fund.
Now, how does that work? I mean, who monitors this fund? Who decides who gets money out of it? I've never heard of this before.
The Actors Fund has been around for, oh my gosh, as long as the actors' unions.
Oh, so it's for people in the union?
People in the union,
Okay.
Screen Actors Guild or Actors Equity.
Okay. So if you're an up-and-coming, struggling artist, you can have access to funds, emergency funds when you need them?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah,
As
it's
long as you're
wonderful.
paying your dues, right?
Oh, yeah, well, sure.
Well, if you're having financial trouble, how do you pay your dues?
You do that. It's like before the food comes.
You pay what has to be paid.
You get the rent first, then something to eat, and then you pay your dues.
So they helped you out when you were younger, so now you're doing the same for other
Yes.
up-and-coming. How nice is that? Yeah. Do you support the local artists like Roger Rockes across the street? And
Well, I've done shows at Roger Rockes,
have?
and I'm a very good friend of Lori Pisano.
aha.
Yeah.
What shows
and
have
in
you done?
fact, I used to teach there. I was the assistant director for the summer shows, all the kids that are due in the summer.
You mean like the junior company?
Not the junior company. It's they have every summer. I think they still do.
Workshops? and
Workshops,
things?
yeah.
So which shows were you in over there? Do you remember?
I was in. What's the one about the rabbit?
The Rabbit. Who
Yeah.
killed Roger Rabbit?
No, not that rabbit.
Alice in Wonderland?
What?
The one about the rabbit.
Oh gosh, Harvey. I think.
Oh,
it's called.
Harvey, okay.
Yeah, I was Harvey's crazy sister. I love to do comedy. I loved that show so much. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
You played the crazy sister.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's nothing like being on stage, is there? I mean,
Nothing.
this is our little stage here. When you're in like a Roger Rockes and you have 300-400 people out there.
When you're a ham, it really helps.
Well, and there's something about that immediate feedback you get from people. Either a bomb works, I mean, a joke works, or it bombs, and you know instantly which it is.
That's for sure.
And you do the same lines night after night, and some nights they work and some nights they don't. And you try to figure out what was different about this night than that night.
And then there are the nights when you get to a certain place and you're totally blank. You
forgot your line?
Yeah. What's finally, usually the people that are working with you will...
They'll prompt you.
They'll prompt you and get you back in line. But it's a scary feeling.
Yeah, there's no teleprompter when you're on stage, is there? No. Well, it's so nice that you're donating the proceeds from this. I mean, I'm sure it's not millions of dollars, but whatever it is, it's a nice thing.
We're just hoping through things like this to get people to read them, because anyone who's read them really likes them.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just a matter of getting the word out there.
So this new edition, the New Generations Volume 3, is it print on demand? How do people find it?
Yeah, they go on Amazon paperback. That's sort of confusing, though. They can probably go to my website, is better, carolelovecreations.com, and all they have to do is go to books and then click here, and they can order it right there.
Now, is it an e-book, or they actually ship a book?
They ship a book.
Really? Can you get it as an e-book,
You
too?
can get it, Kindle, it's Kindle.
Yeah, boy, you're on top of everything these days, aren't you? You may have an old computer, but
I'm working at it.
You're working at it? Okay. So when do you think Volume 4 will be out?
I keep getting, all these things get in the way of it, but it'll be probably, I hope by June.
Will that be the last one, do you think? Or
Well, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Then you have to start a whole new
Well, all the
series.
people after, and starting the 1800s and when that we're a country, most of the people are known after that, but before that, the women are wonderful women being totally unknown to anybody. So they're the ones I want to tell people about.
And you can make up whatever you want about them, right?
No.
Oh.
No, their life is exactly, out of my research. But my characters are fictional, and they're woven into the life of the real person.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Climbing Jacob's Ladder, New Generations, Volume 3, now out. There's a picture of it. And
Yes.
Nice, yes. Yeah, who did the artwork for you?
I just got it off the computer. I tried doing a cover, but I'm not an illustrator. And I thought, if there wasn't an internet, I wouldn't be here.
Who's this we're looking at? Is this
This
for
is
something
Pearl
else?
Bailey. Pearl Bailey was the lady that got me into professional show business. I had a girlfriend that was in a movie with her, and they were going to go on tour all over the country with this Pearl Bailey show. And so as my lady was ready to go, my roommate, I said, well, if anything happens on the way, somebody drops out, let them know maybe. She says, oh, do you want to be in it? I said, yeah, I like that. So she went and talked to Pearl, and I was in it.
Wow.
So that was the start of my show business career.
What did you do in that show?
I was a member of the Ambassadors.
The
It was
Ambassadors.
girls and boys singers that backed her up
And you went all over the country?
all over the country. It was,
Wow.
and she was so good to us. She had us call her Mama Pearl, and she took care of her girls. She was always giving us gifts and perfume. In fact, I wore perfume today. But why I wanted to talk about her is that she told me so many times on tour, she says, you ought to be writing. I said, where does that come from? But several people have said that, and I said, and I knew in my heart I wanted to write, but the theater was just holding on to me, So finally, when I went to college, junior college, and took a course on American and women in American history, I just said, this is the time I got to write. This has to be written. These women have to be acknowledged. And the fictional characters are interesting too. All of them have challenges, all of them. And I try to get as many things about what I know about women in it as I can. And the characters are easy. Being an actress, it was very easy, my characters. I knew them immediately.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of success.
I thank you so much, Mike. I enjoyed being here.
Well, I enjoyed having you on. Thank you. Carole Love Forbes. Again, Volume 3 now out, Climbing Jacob's Ladder, New Generations. And you heard about it right here on Central Valley Talk.